After watching this tutorial, you'll be able to edit your videos using only Canva. Let's start by creating a new video project in Canva. I suppose if you are watching this video, it's because you are a beginner and some of you may not have a Canva account yet. If you don't have an account, when you go to canva.com, you may see a page like this one in which you can create a free account. You're going to click on this button that says sign up for free, which is going to open this little pop-up window. As you can see, you can sign up in seconds, basically create a new account in seconds, and you have the following options to create your account. You have more options if you click on this button right here. Once you are logged in into your Canva account, this is what you will see. And to be able to create a new video project, you are going to open the video tab. You will see that below the search bar we have different options, and one of them is video. Click here to see all the different video formats that you can create in Canva. Then you will see that you can create landscape mode videos, vertical videos, square videos, and some formats that will adapt perfectly to any kind of social media that you are creating for. So for example, this one works really well for Facebook, this one for Instagram Reels, TikTok, YouTube, and so on. You can see other formats if you click on this little arrow. Let me go back because I want to create a landscape mode video. From here, you can either click on the thumbnail of the format that you want to create a blank document. This is going to create an empty video project. But if you want to create a video using a template, you are going to click on this magnifying icon to browse templates. So I'm going to click here, and this is going to take me to this template search result. You have so many different template options in here. You have some templates that are available only to Canva Pro users, but if you see a template without this little crown, like for example this one, this template is free to use to all Canva users, even if you have a free account. Once you find a template that you like and you want to use, you're gonna click on the thumbnail of the template and then click customize this template. This is going to create a new video project with the template already applied, and from here you can customize everything about the template, every single color, text box, and element. And before we start customizing or editing this video, I want to show you how to navigate in the editor so you know where are all the tools located and you don't feel overwhelmed. Let's start by talking about the gradient bar that we see on top of the screen. On the left hand side, you will see a burger menu, which is going to give you access to different actions available from the home page. So from here, you see that you can create a new design, go to home, see your projects, the projects share with you, and so on. Let me close this window. This button is going to take you directly to the home page. File is going to open a menu that is going to be very useful when you are going to start editing the video. From here, you can rename your file. So you can either click on this title or click on this pencil icon and rename your file. You can create a new design, import files. From here, you can add or remove rulers and guides. As you can see, the rulers on my design are activated, and when I click here, they are deactivated now. Let me go back to file, because from here you can save your file or your video project into a particular folder. You can create a copy, download your video, and so on. You then have this resize and magic switch. This is a feature available only to Canva Pro users, and this will allow you to resize your document to a different format. So for example, in here we have a landscape mode video, and I could resize it to a square format or a mobile video format with just a click if you have a Canva Pro account. Everything that you see with this this little crown is available only to Canva Pro users. Next, you have the undo and redo actions. So you can basically click these two buttons, or you can use Ctrl Z or Shift Ctrl Z to undo and redo the actions. On the right hand side of this gradient bar, you will see again the name of your document. You can click here if you want to rename your document again. So video tutorial 2, hit enter, and that's it. I'm going to delete this 2 and leave it as it is. You also have a button for you to preview the video that you are editing, which is this one. And then you have the share button. This will allow you to share this video project. You can share it as a link. You can also share it directly to social media, or you can download it. Now let me answer a common question before we move on. Where is our video saved and how can we reopen it if we want to change anything? Let me go back to the home page. So I'm gonna click on the home button. Once in the home page, you will see that your video document is under recent designs. You can access this video document by clicking on the thumbnail, and this is going to take you back to the editor where you will be able to edit and customize your video. Now let's talk about a toolbar that you are going to use a lot in Canva, and especially when editing videos. You will see that right below the gradient bar, there is a white bar. This white bar will have different actions depending on the elements that you are selecting on the document. At the moment, you only see this button that says position, but if I select a video on my document, in this bar will appear different tools. So let me click on the video, pay attention to this white bar, and now you will see a lot of different buttons that will allow you to edit, customize, and adjust this video. From here you have the button that says edit video. From here you have effects, and also you can adjust your video. So under effects you have a pro action, which is background remover. This will allow you to remove the background of your video with just one click. You will see here that you have a lady, and when you click background remover, you remove the background. So basically you can position this lady on top of any kind of background. You can select a solid color, or you can use another video in the background. You also have different filters. You can click see all to see all the different filters that you can apply to your video. If you want to apply any of these filters, simply click on the filter and you will see that the image, the colors on your video will change. Let me try another one. Another one. So basically you can play around with these filters. You can reduce the intensity or increase it. You also have grayscale and one that is completely black and white. And if you want to remove these filters, simply click none and go back. Under the adjust section, you will see that you are able to adjust the warmth of your video. You can make it warmer or you can make it look colder. You also can change the tint of the video by moving this slider right here. You can adjust the brightness, contrast, highlights, shadows. You can add a fade effect to your video. Okay. You can also adjust the color, so vibrance, saturation. You can also add this X process effect. And lastly, you have a vignette texture that you can add to your videos. In this video right here, it's a little bit difficult to preview because it's already dark. So let me try another video to show you how this looks. So I'm clicking on edit video, adjust, and vignette. So pay attention to the corners of the video because we have a subtle shadow effect or a vignette effect. So now it's very clear, the corners of the video, and when I move this slider to the right, you will see the vignette effect being applied. Let me delete this page and go back to the white toolbar. Now let me select this text box and pay attention to this white toolbar because again it's going to change, and in this case we will see buttons that will allow me to customize this text box. So in here we can change the font size, the color of your text, and then you will see that there are some other tools that you can use to customize the look of your text. There is something in particular here that I want to show you, which are effects. This is a pretty cool and very useful feature because it will allow you to give different styles to your text. So let me show you quickly here that you can add an outline. This is very trendy nowadays when it comes to video editing. So click here and you can change the color of the outline of your text from here. I'm gonna add a white color, and then if you want to change the color inside your text, you're gonna change it from here. Another style that is very used in video editing is this one that says background, and from here you can adjust the roundness of this box that is behind your text. You can adjust also the spread, and you can also adjust the transparency of this background, and finally the color. I'm gonna remove the effects by clicking here where it says none, and then I'm gonna show you another cool feature that you find on this toolbar, which is this one. You will see at the moment that it says stump because this text box has already an animation, but normally if you don't have any animation applied, you will see that the button is called animate. So I'm selecting the text box, click on animate, and then you will see that there is this window appearing on the left, which allows you to add animations to your elements. In this case, I'm gonna add an animation to this text box. And in this case, because I have selected a text box, you will see some animations that are available only for text boxes. And these are under this section called writing. So you will see that all of these animations are only for text boxes. I really like this one that says typewriter because it has this effect as if we were typing each single letter in the word. So I'm gonna choose this one right here, and then you will see that when you select any of these animations, you will have extra options that will allow you to customize this animation. Some of these options will be available only for Canva Pro users, so pay attention to the little crowns that appear in here. Now let's talk about the resource panel that we see on the left hand side. You will see different icons in here, and when you click on any of these icons, there is a window that will appear in here. In this case, under design, we have access to all of the templates, and we can look for any kind of template by using the search bar in here. If you look below the search bar, you will see that we are situated right now under templates, but there is another section called styles. From here, if you have a Canva Pro account and you have set up your brand kit, you will be able to apply your own style to these templates. So if I wanted to use my brand fonts, I can click here. I can also click on my branded colors and apply these colors to this page. I could do the same on the following pages, so I can quickly change the look of this template and use something that is more aligned to my brand. Let me go back so we can have the original colors from the template that I used. If you don't have a Canva Pro account, if you haven't set up a brand kit, you can still use these style combinations. So you will see that there are some styles already made with a mix of color palette and font selections. So when you click on any of these options, you will see that the style on your design will change. You can also do it by using only the color palette option or only the font sets. Let's move on and let's open elements. This is one of the sections that you will use the most. From here, you will have access to different shapes, graphics. You can use Canva's AI image generator. You can also use animated illustrations that are called stickers in here. You have access to the photo, video, and audio library. You can also create charts and tables in Canva. You have access to frames and grids, which are going to help you cut your videos or photos into very creative shapes. Let me show you. I'm gonna add a new page and add a frame right here. here. Let's say that I want to add a video to my project, but I want to have something that looks more creative. I don't want just to simply see the video in the landscape mode. I want to see it cropped into a bubble. So I'm going to drag the video into the frame, and as you can see, we have now the video cropped into a circle, and you are going to see it like this. You can also play around with these frames. You can adjust the size, make it bigger if you want, or you can double click on the frame and adjust the position of your video. So let's say that you just want to see the face of the lady right here. So you can increase the video size and then hit done, maybe reduce the size of the frame, and that's it. Let me play it. There you go. Let's continue and let's go to text. From here, you can add new text boxes to your design. You can see that I just clicked on this button and I have now a new text box. Let me delete it for now. And then below you will see some font combinations that you can add to your design, and some of them will already have some styles applied. So for example, this one right here has this neon effect applied, and you can actually change the text of these text boxes. So in here I see that we have two text boxes because we see this button that says ungroup, so I'm going to ungroup them. And let's say that I want to say hello Monday. It's pretty easy. I just double clicked on the two text boxes and I was ready to customize the text box, and I can keep the same font and same effect as in this font template right here. Right below text we see brand. This option is going to be very useful if you have a Canva Pro account and if you are using a branded color palette and a font set. From here you can use your brand templates. You can also upload your logos and use them from here. So let's say that I want to add our logo to this video here. You can add it by just simply clicking on your icon. You can then apply your branded colors. You can add new text boxes with your branded fonts. So there you go. We have now a new text box right here. And then you have some other options like a brand voice. We haven't set up ours, so we can do it by clicking on this button right here. We also have our photos in case you want to add your photo to your video project or any Canva project. You also have access to your graphics and icons. So let's say that I want to add this texture to my video. I'm going to position it to back and reduce the transparency. And as you can see, you can have a very branded video using this section right here. I'm going back to the original video template, and then let me talk about the uploads section. From here, you can upload your own files. Let's say that you don't want to work with the Canva library. You don't want to use the videos that are available in there. You want to use your own. You're gonna click here where it says upload files. This is going to give you access to your computer files. So select any file that you want to upload and then hit open. If you are uploading images, they will be under this tab. If you are uploading videos or audio, they will go directly to these sections here. From this section, you can not only upload your own files, but you can also record yourself using Canva. Below upload files, you will see this button that says record yourself. At the moment, as I am filming this video, this button is only available from desktop. So if you are using a mobile phone or a tablet or iPad, you won't be able to see this button. If you are using desktop and you want to try this feature out, click here. At the moment, we are inside a recording studio. From here, you can add filters and effects to your recording. So let me try this one right here, or this one, or this one, or simply use none. And then if I close this window and I click on my bubble, I can also change the shape of my recording. So clicking here to have different options, I can mirror my camera, or I can turn the camera off. Let's say that you just want to have the recording of your voice, so you can do it as well, or on the camera. Once you are ready to record, you are going to click this button that says record. You will see a 3, 2, 1, and then you will start talking. So I'm gonna click 3, 2, 1. I'm here filming this test video just to show you how it works. Once you're done, you're gonna click the done button. I did it really fast. I hope you were able to see it. Then if you don't like what you have recorded, you can delete it from here and record again, or you can save and exit. I'm gonna save and exit. After a couple of seconds, you will see that your video will appear on your document, and you will see that your video will also be available if you go to uploads and then go to videos. This video is the same that you see on this bubble. So let me show you how this video looks. I'm going here and play. Filming this test video just to show you how it works. Now let me delete this video here and the frame. And now let's discover the draw option in Canva. When you click here, you will have these different brushes to draw on your video. The cool thing about drawing on your video is that you will have something very, very unique. And what I like about these drawings is that you can change then the color if you want. So let me try this one here, and that's it. Let me delete this for the moment. You then have access to projects. So if you have created another project and you want to insert it into your video, you can click on your design and Canva will insert it into your new video project. And then we have the section called apps. From here, there are so many different apps in Canva nowadays that it will take us days to talk about the apps. So I do recommend that if you are interested in learning more about the Canva apps, you watch our playlist right here. In this tutorial, we are not going to talk about much about apps, so let me close this window and continue with the tutorial. I think by now we have covered a lot about the editor in Canva. We have talked about the gradient bar on top of the screen. We have talked about the white toolbar and the panel that we see on the left. We have the bottom section remaining, and this one has also a lot of tools that will help you edit your videos. So let's start. On the left hand side, you will see a play button. And I think you have seen me using this play button throughout the tutorial a lot. I personally like to use this preview mode more than using this one because I can see the preview of the video right here, and also I can see this guide moving along the timeline. So if I see something that is not working well with my video, I know more or less where is the problem because I see this guide and I can go there and fix it. I do use this preview option here, but I like to use it mostly when I think my video project is done. So I use it right before downloading my video. I click here, I see my video, this is going to be the final outcome, and if I'm happy with the results, I can download my video directly from this preview window by clicking on this button that says download. So this is mostly when we are done, but if we are still adjusting here and there, I like to use this play button. Next to the play icon, we see the pages that compose our video project, and from here we can also see the duration of each of these pages. And when you hover on any of these pages, you will see these 3 dots. When you click here, you will have more pages options. So from here you can rename your page, add a new page, duplicate, delete, hide, or log page. You will also be able to split the page. So let's say that you want to split this page into 2. You can do it from this menu and select split page, or you can do it by hitting the key S. And now that I have this video split into 2, let me show you how you can play around with the position of these pages. Let's say that I want to start my video with this section here instead of this one. You can simply drag the page and position it in the first position. So now your video is starting with this one, and the original page number 1 is now page 2. I'm going back, so we have the original template again. Now let me show you something that I use a lot when editing videos in Canva. If you want to adjust the length of any of these pages, so let's say that I want to reduce the length of page number 3, I can hover my mouse on the lateral of the page and you will see that we now have these arrows pointing to the left and the right. I'm going to then click and drag this lateral to the left to trim the video and make it shorter. So instead of 7 seconds plus, now I have 5 seconds on this page. Another option for you to trim a video is by selecting the video from here and use this option on the toolbar. So you're gonna click on this icon and you can trim the video from here and from here. When you are done trimming your video, you're gonna select done. Now let's go back to the lower section of the editor because I want to show you something really cool that is going to make your videos very animated and trendy. When you hover in between 2 pages, you will see that 2 little icons appear. There is this plus icon that will add a new page in between these 2 pages. Now we have a page in between these 2. I'm going to delete it because that's not what we want at the moment. Another way to add a new page is by clicking on this big icon that says add page. This is an easier way that I use a lot. And then if I want to reposition this page in between these 2, I simply drag it here. That's the option that I use more often. But then what I wanted to show you is that when you hover in between these 2 pages, there is another icon that says add transition. It is this one right here. And when you click here, you'll be able to add an animated transition in between those 2 pages. At the moment, we don't have any transition here, so we have none selected. But if you hover on any of these options, you will see the different animated transitions that we have available in Canva. All of them are free, so you can click on them and see the preview. Let me go to this one, then color wipe. In the color wipe option, you can change the colors of these bars appearing. Then we have line wipe, match and move, flow, stack. In stack, you can also change the direction, and then you finally have chop. You will also see that below each of these options, you will have some extra features that you can play around with. So most of them will have duration, direction, and some other extra options, like for example chop has different origin options. And then let me show you stack. You can change the direction as well. Line, you can change the direction. Wipe, you can change the colors, and so on. And for this transition, I'm going to use circle wipe. Going back to the lower section of the editor, I just want to show you something else that you may have seen me using during the tutorial, which is this little guide. You will see this arrow pointing down. I use this one a lot when I want to preview my animation, but really slowly. I'm dragging this line or this little arrow along the video to see how all the elements on my video are moving and to see if there is anything that I need to change or adjust. So for example, here I can see my circle appearing when I'm moving this guide towards the right. Now, I want to show you a really cool video editing trick in Canva. This will allow you to bring elements into the scene, into the video, whenever you want. So, let's say that my first page is about 5 seconds long, something like that. And I want to see on the first 2 seconds of the video this text box, but then I only want to see the video in the back. I don't want to see this text box anymore. I could do two things in here. I could either move this guide to 2 seconds, split the video, I'm hitting the key S, and then on the second page, remove this text box. So when I'm playing my video, I see on the first 2 seconds this text box, and then it disappears. This is option 1, but I do recommend to use option 2, which is, let me go back. We have our video and the text box throughout the 5 seconds. I'm going to select my text box. You can either select these 3 dots or right click, and then you are going to click show timing. This will show you this element, in this case this text box, in the timeline right below. Let me zoom in into this thumbnail so we can see clearly. Now we have exactly the same length. We have 5 seconds. It's just that we zoomed in into these thumbnails of the timeline. Now I'm going to position my guide right where it says 2 seconds, and then I'm going to trim the timing of this text box or this element. I'm going to position it right here next to this guide because I know that this is 2 seconds. Now, moving my guide to the beginning of the video, and then let me hit play. Pay attention to this guide and also to the preview of the video. I'm playing, and then after 2 seconds, it disappears. Now, let me go back to the beginning of the video, because let's say that you don't want to see the text box at the beginning, but later on. I'm selecting the text box, again going to show timing. Let's say that I want to see my text box appearing after 1 second. I'm then moving this guide to 1 second and dragging this text box to 1 second. So we're going to start the video without any text box, and it will appear after 1 second and disappear again because the timing of the text box ends right here. This is a very useful trick for video editing, and with this you can also add, let's say, captions to your videos. I'm going to stretch the timing of this text box because I want to show you another trick. I'm going to add a motion effect to this text box. So I'm selecting the text box. Remember that on the white toolbar we have the animate option. We have a lot of animations to make our text box appear or disappear. But if you go below all of these animation options, you will see motion effects. This will make your elements rotate, flicker, pulse, or wiggle. What I like about these motion effects is that they will last throughout the whole length of the video instead of just having one movement and then staying still. If you select any of these purple options, you will have one animation and then it will stay still. But again, if you select one of the motion effects, the animation will stay during the video. So you will see that the text has this pulse effect again and again throughout the video. We are almost done with the features in this lower section of the editor. Right below the play button you see notes. In here you can write some notes in case that you are going to be displaying this video and then having a presenter's view at the same time. You also have this button that says duration. This one is very useful, at least for me, because I like to pay attention to the duration of each of my pages. But if you don't want to see this duration, you can click here and then only see the number of each of the pages. So you see 1, 2, and 3. Let me activate again the duration here and then go to the right hand side of this lower section. From here, if you have duration activated, you see that you can go from zoom thumbnails to zoom page. So you basically can zoom in or zoom out into the page in case that you want to work on little details, or you can zoom in into these thumbnails. I find zooming into the thumbnails really useful when I'm working with element timing, because I can really go into the exact second where I want to position my elements or I want to make them disappear. So this one is really useful. I use it a lot. You can also use the grid view in case that you want to see an overview of all of the pages in your video. And then lastly, you have the preview button, which is going to take you into this immersive experience of your video. And then if you want to close this preview window, hit escape 2 times and you will be back to the editor. Now, if you are ready to download or to share this video with others, you are going to use the share button on top of the screen. You can share a link for people to preview it, so you can select only you can access, only your team, or anyone with the link. You can share a link for people to be able to view it, comment, or edit. I'm going to select can view, so people can only view it, and then copy this link. This link has been copied to your clipboard, so you can then paste it on an email, a message, or Slack and send it to anyone. Right below you have some other options to share this video. You can download it, share it on social media. You can see here some other options that you have. But let's say that we want to download it. I'm gonna click here. Then you can select your file type. You have some other options here, but if you want to download it as a video, go for the suggested option, which is MP4 video. If you have a Canva Pro account, you can increase the quality of your video up to 4K. If you are using a Canva free account, you can still download it into a high definition quality. You can then select the pages you want to download. So I'm going to use all the pages on my video and then hit download. If you want to try out the new skills that you got from watching this tutorial, I do recommend you create or build this animation that you see on the screen. I'm going to leave a step-by-step tutorial also here on the screen so you can create that animation. And to continue learning with us, click the join button down below so you can learn more about our membership perks and also our exclusive educational content. This is it for this video and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!